Okay, so let's take a look at question 3. Above each note, write a higher note to form the named harmonic interval as shown in the first answer. So it says here the key is C major. Now, when I do a test paper, the first thing I do is I write down my references. So here's my reference. We know that the key is C major. So what I do is I write a little C scale. Now, C has no sharps or flats. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and I write my scale degrees underneath it. It's easy to reference. And scale degree 1 is C, 2 is D, E is scale degree 3, 4, 5, and so on. Now, the other thing that I do is I look at this, or I write a little schematic to remind me of what a first, third, and fifth degree looks like. First, third, and fifth degree, if I zoom in a little bit here. All right, so let's just take a look here. You'll notice that all of the odd intervals, 1, 3, and 5, they're all odd numbers. They are all on a line, which means the even intervals are opposite. They're in a space. So if your first interval, this one over here, so if your first note is a line, that means your third and your fifth will also be on a line, your odd intervals, your odd scale degrees. If your first note is on a line, all your even ones will be in a space. All right, so knowing that, let's take a look at our first one that we need to do, because they've done the first one here. This is now the example. They wanted a seventh, and there's a seventh. So it's easy. The third is here in the space, the fifth is here, and therefore the seventh is over there. So another thing to know is that you got to know your note names pretty well. So this rhyme here, every good boy deserves fudge. That's for your treble clef, your lines. And F-A-C-E, spelling face, is your spaces in a treble clef. In a bass clef, face just drops one down. And great big ducks fly away is the rhyme for the lines in your bass clef. Okay. So let's take a look here. They want a third interval. Now, looking at this schematic, it's really easy. A first and a third is directly above it. It just sits right on top of it, just like that. Okay, so you don't even need to know anything there. But if you wanted to take the long way around, here is your list of your scale degrees. So the third one is, the note is E. So that is this line here. In other words, every. Okay, there's our E. Let's take a look here. They want an octave, an eighth degree. So here we have the note C. So we should know that middle C is the octave, because C and C. All right, and middle C is written like this on its ledger line. Just for interest's sake, this treble clef would appear here. All right, it's actually one thing. I have mentioned this before. You have your bass clef underneath and your treble clef above, and it's actually one thing. So this is middle C. So that's pretty easy. Let's take a look at this one. They want a fourth degree. So if you look at the schematic here, first, third, therefore the fourth degree will be in the space. All right, in this instance. But now we are starting on a space. That means we need to be on a line for the fourth. Now if we want to take the long way around, what note is this? This is C. All right, so C, the fourth degree is F. That means it is that line over there. That is now F. They want a fifth above C here. The fifth is G. So we just need to write in our G note. How do I know that this is G? Well, I can look at this rhyme here. Great big ducks fly away. Or I can look at this. So obviously F is this line. So G is obviously just right above that. And then here's your face, E, F, G, and there's your note for that. All right, let's take a look here at the sixth. Okay, so a sixth, a fifth, a third would be here on the line. A fifth would be on that line. Therefore, the sixth is in the space just above it. Let's take a look. What is the sixth interval here? The sixth scale degree is A, right? So we just need to draw a note here in the A space. All right, and that is question 3.